Hello and welcome to this Electrical Principles training video. In this video we're going to continue our exploration of the subject of electricity and magnetism. Now the more we research this, the more we start to realise that actually those two things are not two separate subjects, they are essentially the same thing. Generally speaking, wherever you have electricity, you have magnetism, and wherever you have magnetism, you have electricity. And actually the two things are probably better expressed as electromagnetism. Now I think this is very cool because as an electrician you work with electricity, you control electricity, you direct it where to go, and actually electromagnetism is one of the four fundamental forces that define how our universe works, along with gravity, the strong nuclear force and the weak nuclear force. So it's almost as if when you're an electrician it's like you go to work on a daily basis. It'd be the equivalent of going, I think we'll have gravity coming out of the wall today instead. So every time you turn on a lighting circuit or you power up a shower or a cooker or you connect a motor, that's kind of the equivalent of what you're doing. So I think that's a pretty cool job to be involved in. What we're going to do today though is we've got a practical experiment set up and we're going to see how we can take the magnetic effect of electricity and how we can intensify it. You might remember from a previous video in this series that we had two conductors lying side by side and we saw what happened when we passed current through those conductors. They either were attracted to each other or they were repelled from each other, depending on which way the currents were flowing relative to each other. But you'll also probably remember that actually the reaction that took place between those conductors was very, very small, even though we had quite a lot of current flowing through those conductors. So in this video, we're going to explore how we can intensify that magnetic effect, and then also a little bit on how we can put that to some practical use. So we'll bring the camera in and we'll have a little look at what today's video is all about. Now, very early on in the history of electrical research and the research into electromagnetism, it was realised that if you take a conductor and you wrap it into a coil, you actually generate a much stronger magnetic field. The magnetic field generated by the current flowing through this conductor becomes intensified. And so it was realised that by doing that, we could turn the kind of simple trick of a magnetic field appearing around a conductor into something that was actually usable. Now I've got two coils that I've made here. I've wrapped one around a non-magnetic material. It's a pencil. Now because it's not sitting very nicely on here, I've had to blue tack the ends of it, but that won't cause us any problems with this experiment. And then I've taken a similar length of conductor and I've wrapped it around a piece of threaded rod. Now this experiment would work a lot better with a piece of soft iron. However, this was all I had access to and it'll work just fine in this instance. So what we're going to do is we're going to hook up our coils that we've created one at a time to our DC power supply. And then we're going to explore the effects of the current flowing through these coils. So let's do that now. We'll take our non-magnetic cord coil to start with, and I'm just going to connect this into the terminals of our power supply. So there's our conductor going in there, and there's our other conductor going in there into the negative terminal. And I've got this set so that it's going to apply about 4 amps through this conductor here. So they're nice and secure. Got that turned up and we'll power the supply up momentarily. So we're passing current through this conductor that's wrapped into a coil, and we're going to see if we can generate a magnetic field around here. Now obviously that's quite difficult to see, so we're going to use some magnetic materials here to see if we can get the effect going on. So let's power this up now. So we've got there about 4 amps flowing through, and as you can see there is very, very little effect there. We're not actually able to attract the pieces of steel here to the magnetic field around here. Now, there's an interesting lesson behind this. When we combine a coil of copper with current passing through it with a magnetic material, we actually create a much stronger magnetic field. So now let's disconnect this one and have a look at what happens when we have our steel cord coil connected up to the supply. So now we've got our steel cord coil connected up. Now, let's have a look at this first of all. Let's just prove that I'm not pulling any funny tricks here. This is a piece of steel. Steel is magnetic, but it is not a magnet. And if I try and pick these paper clips up, you can see that it's not going to do anything. However, if I turn the power supply on and have a look at what happens now, look at that, you can see that we're now picking up the paper clips with the coil there. So what's happening is that as the current passes through the coil, it's generating a magnetic field around the coil, and that is intensified by the steel core. Now the reason for that is that inside the steel core, the little molecules of steel inside there are shaped like little tiny bar magnets. But in a piece of material that is magnetic, but not a magnet, those molecules are all jumbled up, they're all over the place, pointing in different directions. When we apply a magnetic field to this steel core that we've got here, what happens is that all of those molecules kind of get lined up together, they become more organized. And so the effect of the magnetic field from the copper coil is greatly increased by the magnetic field that then appears inside the steel core. However, watch what happens when I turn the power supply off. The magnetic effect is lost. Yeah. So that's gone completely. So we can see there that we've not got a magnetic material, or sorry, we've not got a material that is a magnet anymore. It's back to just being magnetic. So a magnet would stick to this, but it's not sticking to other pieces of steel. So what's quite interesting to note here is that as current flows through our conductor, we know that that generates a circular magnetic field. Now, what happens is that when we wrap this into a coil, all of those little magnetic fields that are circular join up with each other and create lines of magnetic flux that leave one end of the coil, circle round and go into the other end of the coil. And we can demonstrate that by looking at what happens to our compass here. So the compass is currently at rest, there's no current passing through here, but if we turn the power supply on, can you see there that the compass has now aligned itself with the magnetic field, and it's pointing in the direction that the lines of magnetic flux travel in. So if we move this around, you can see that the compass changes. It's actually being attracted to that end there. You can see that the compass changes its orientation. So as we move this round here, you can see that it's changing the direction that it's pointing in. It's aligning itself with the lines of magnetic flux. So actually what it's doing here is it's aligned with the lines of magnetic flux that leave the North Pole, and then they go in this direction over here, so that they are then heading towards the South Pole. Now obviously if we've got a coil with a DC current passing through it, it might be a little bit tricky for us to find exactly which end is the North and the South Pole without the use of a compass or drawing complicated diagrams, and that's why we use what we call the right-hand grip rule. So we'll discuss that next. Now we can easily find the North Pole of this magnetic field that's been generated around this coil by using what's called the right-hand grip rule. So if you take your right hand and hold it as if you're gripping something and stick your thumb out in that direction, your fingers will point in the direction of current flow. So here we've got our positive terminal over here, so the current is flowing in this direction, so it's going this way around the coil. So that means that the current is coming underneath the coil. It's coming towards us at the bottom, and then it's going that direction when it goes over the top. So here, this is pointing towards the North Pole of that device. So here, this is pointing towards the North Pole of our magnetic field. So the current's coming in this way and pointing towards our North Pole. So this here is the North Pole. So having discussed all of these different topics, we've seen what happens when we pass current through a coil. We've seen that turns it into a stronger electromagnet. We've seen that by putting a magnetic core into the coil, that makes it an even stronger magnet again. And we've also seen the effect that that creates on the magnetic field surrounding the conductors, and also how we can find the north and south end of a coil that has a DC current passing through it. So all that remains in this video is to say, thank you very much for watching.